to
Country boy.
on a Friday night,
It's
baby.
called,
I
My Worthless
told
Two
y'all I
Cents.
was coming. I told y'all I was coming. Look here. Oh boy,
Come on,
I'm
Tata.
about to sit here
Let him
and
come outside, babe.
put this thing out. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Boy, look at him. I got my people with me. That's what they say. I got my people with me. I got my people with me. And yes, I do. Tonight, I know y'all ain't never seen this. You like, boy, he got more than one. I do. And I do. Tonight, y'all, listen at here. Look at here. Old country boy excited. I got some fathers. I got some daddies up on here tonight. Yeah. I got some daddies up on here. Tonight, we're going to talk about the summit for dads coming up in Houston. We're going to talk about the Pelchins. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk about the place that the country boy loves. The place that I know personally. Man, that did so much for me. Guess what? We got some other dads on here. Old country boy gonna shut his old mouth. He gonna close his mouth. He gonna let his wonderful, 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 wonderful brothers, I ain't gonna even call them guests, his wonderful brothers introduce themselves, say what they want to say. So, as I always say, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, we got some daddies, some daddies, some daddies, some daddies. Finna put something in your ear. Gentlemen, have your way. Say what you gotta say.
What's good, man? Man, you know, we out here just trying to survive, man, trying to get these little ones to grow up and be something like us.
Hey, there it is. There it is. Man, hey, all you gentlemen, what I would like for y'all to do, honestly, is take your time, introduce yourselves. If you feel like it, it's y'all show. Introduce yourselves. Talk about your kid. Tell them about your kid. And then tell them about the Pelchers. Whatever you want to talk about. But man, it's y'all. Hey, daddies get the spotlight. Daddy get the spotlight.
Well, man, country boy, Louisiana country boy. Hey, we sure appreciate you taking the time to put this together, man. This is phenomenal, allowing for us to share your platform, allowing for the Pelchin, of course, to share your platform. But as you can see on the screen, Jarrell Francis, I'm a father of 5. I got 2 boys, 3 girls, got a set of twins. I am excited about what the Pelchin has done. They've taught me. I've been through 2 kind of rounds of courses with them. First with co-parenting, and then obviously the fatherhood course by my own fruition. So I'm excited to not only for what the things that they've shared and taught, but also the brotherhood that I've been aligned with. Just some of the people that are here on this call, and then others that I'm sure that might chime in a little bit later on. So thank you, man. Thank you. You the real MVP for putting this together. And thank you, Josh, for making the introduction to the Pelchin.
Hey, man, I thank y'all. I thank y'all. JR, Josh, here. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all, don't be camera shy. Look, because I'm going to sit over here and drink on my old Rock 44.
No, yeah, we ain't shy over here. Just got a little couple neighbors out here today. Baby out here throwing little fits, but we trying to stay on point, man. My name's JR, man. I'm a father of 7. I got 4 boys, 3 girls, and all between the ages of 2 and 16.
Wow.
So, man, it's a handful, man. It's a handful. I got introduced to Josh, and now to this country boy right here, man. I'm a country boy myself, man. So I can relate, man. I can relate. But yeah, man, I like this right here, man. I wanna base something on the topic though, you know what I'm saying, what it takes to be a dad, man. Cause out here it's a lot of different walks of life, and it's a lot of different things going on. Everybody got their own mind, everybody doing their own thing. But as a father, anybody as a father, you learn to focus on one thing, your child.
Right.
It don't matter what way of life, what color you are, how you were raised, it don't matter. Once you see that for yourself, once you had that baby in your hands for the first time, if you know what I'm saying, a decent enough individual, more than likely your morals and your values kick in, and you become focused.
Right.
You know, we
right.
gotta focus on, it ain't about us no more. It ain't about you. It ain't about, you know, what you want. It ain't about going out and partying. It ain't about all that. But you know, there are some good things that come with them sacrifices. But man, being a dad, it's on call, like the class say, 24/7.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I'm gonna say this. You know, and before I get to you, Josh, your turn coming. You know,
No, I'm good, man. I'll be in the background.
you know, I'm so glad that you guys are here and have stepped up here and stepped to the table with Old Country Boy, because unfortunately, a lot of times the most unrecognized part is dad. Um, the one that feels and is made to feel so undervalued is daddy. You know, and I'm glad that you guys are here. You guys have stepped up here to be able to speak up for it. You know, because there's a lot of good men, and there's a heck of a lot of good daddies out there. You know, and I think that's where the spotlight needs to shine. You know, it's a whole bunch of them. You know, I was saying this the other day. You know, a lot of times we want to shine the spotlight on everything that's negative. But man, that's some good stuff going. And guess what? I got some on the show right here. I got some that's gonna set up here and show it. Man, as I always say, y'all walking that walk. Y'all ain't just talking about it, you're walking it. So I'm gonna close my mouth again. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
Man, well, I appreciate you for everybody that's on the call. Again, it's really not about me. Really, it's about the fatherhood and these platforms that's being presented. Again, like I said, if you notice, fatherhood is not just a. It's not a. Fatherhood has so much spectrum, and it's big, and it calls people to create platforms for themselves, right? For example, you're a father yourself. You graduated through the program. You do. Look what platforms that you created right now. My 2 cents and your book deals and different things. Things like that makes me happy because it let us know everyone on this call has something great to utilize the potential, because we are a voice to men and the voice to fathers. So, uh, with that to say, I'm excited. You know, having these conversations with these fathers here. That I mean, great. They have great platforms. You know, Jarrell has a great platform. I mean, that man is. I mean, he'll have great conversations every day. You know, I know that. Like I say, his platform. I know. I'm waiting for his talk show one day. I'm waiting for his book to come. That when to speak, he has that in him. Jr. Another innovator. I met him. You can tell Jr. that he keeps it real, but he's a father who keeps it real that can be relatable to so many people that need to hear his voice. You know what I'm saying? Real, like you know how the street says, "Real recognize real," right? And that's what we want. We want the realness of that. You know what I'm saying? Real recognize real. If you real, I'm gonna recognize you. That means you can speak my language. But if you ain't real, you're not speaking my language. So I'm gonna be a detriment to you. And so this is just something I'm just humble. You know, we just humble to just have this conversation of what fatherhood programs are doing, and this is what we are about. And we are the product of it, but not just but a product of saying that these are engaging fathers. These are fathers that are doing great platforms. You know what I'm saying? In those areas.
Louis?
Man, I totally agree. You know, and that's the thing. You know, it's being involved and engaged as a father. You know, man, I got these two guys up here. You know, man, they got a whole football team between the two of them. They got two football teams. That man,
For real.
wow. You know, it is. I'm telling you, if nobody knows about this program and what it has, what it did for me, man, going through it and being able to meet with men who became like brothers, men who I could talk to and had issues and things, and we sat there and we go through these classes and we go through and we learn things together. You know, it ain't like that old thing I tell them all the time. It ain't like going down there and sharing at the barbershop before you get back to the house. Everything you done talked about, it done beat you to the house. You know, in this class, you know, where you get there and you get with men who are going through things or men who have questions that you may have that you didn't find the answer to. But you can go right there and you can share. You can share and you can openly share. And that's what I found, man. I found a brotherhood. I personally found a brotherhood. And I'll support this thing until the wheels roll out. And then I'm gonna support it on the rim.
Sparks and all coming out the back. All that.
Yeah. Man, so if anybody want to talk about their experience, anything you guys, this is an open forum, this is an open platform, this is an opportunity for me, like I said, this is an opportunity for the world to be able to hear from fathers, other than my big old mouth, to hear from other folks, so they'd be like, you can shut up. But they like, I'm gonna tell you, JR, they like me to shut up over here, but I got, the whole time I shut up when I put it.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Talk all you want. We got all these things for TikTok, live, and all that stuff. That's what they got it for. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's mine, man. I want you guys to just feel free to express anything on this platform that you feel that you want to. It's yours. It's yours, man. It is yours.
We'll say, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you about my experience real quick, so it can be out there. I'm 37, and I've been to prison twice. Now, there's not a lot of high success rates for people coming out of prison and making it. Right. Everybody know that the statistics say 75% of individuals that are released within the 10 years time frame end up right back, either on the same type of charge or something different. So I've come home, you know what I'm saying? I had to snap. My kids made me snap. They're like, Dad, we out here, you not. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all of a sudden they there. And then they want now. They want everything right now. Like you hear the little one crying. I got to come to him. I got to get him, because if not, you know what I'm saying, he gonna think I don't care about him.
Right.
So it's just, we gotta lay down a lot of stuff that you thought you knew, things that used to make sense, that you still can make sense of, but it's childish. Like God tell you, when I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put childish things away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this fatherhood thing has a big lean. I lean a lot on my religion now, because it's like, man, don't nobody else know but God. God gave up his only son, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think I could do that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even think I could do that. So, for us to open our eyes and finally see something, worth fighting for. I got another fight in me, you know what I'm saying? A different type of fight.
Right.
So now I got to take it to the max on this. And I'm the type of person that if I take it to the max, it's going to be hard to stop me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come full force at you. I got a whole crew behind me, literally. Now I got a whole little crew behind me. So now I got to raise them up and show them how to really fight, how to be a beast mode when all these other people been not keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? These people that are being in this generation, I hate to say it, and me in this class, we've been in this class, it's still going on. We talk a lot about the difference of generations.
Mm-hmm.
And, we talk about how our daddy treated us.
Right.
And it's a whole different story of how dads treat their kids right now.
Right.
It's way not the same. Way, way, way opposite. And so we got to come to terms that in order for us to raise our children the way we saying, the way, hey, go do this, make sure you do that. Hey, make sure your room clean. Hey, make sure your teeth are clean. Make sure you wash your clothes. Do this. All they doing is watching you.
Right.
All they doing is looking at what you doing. They want to see what you doing. I want to do what you doing. You gonna sit up in here and watch TV all day and drink beer all day. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna sit up and drink Cokes all day and watch cartoons all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we ain't showing them, look, this is what it takes. This is what you got to do. This is what it is. They never gonna see that. They never gonna, oh, daddy just say that, but we don't ever know. You know what I'm saying? Or mommy always says this and this, and we don't ever hear it or see it, or you know what I'm saying? No, man, we gotta lead by example. I know it's a old tradition, it's an old philosophy, but You know what I'm saying? Like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, it
Right.
ain't never
That's
stopped
right.
working before.
Man, that's so true. What you just said, you know, and that's one of the things that I say here, man. It's not about the talk, man. It's about the walk. You have to walk it. I've heard for years and years and years. You know, you can hear somebody chant their old mouth. They can run that old trapper thing, but you know, but their footprints don't show and don't line up with what their mouth saying. And that's it. The only way we can do it with these kids today is we got to walk it. We have to walk it, you know, because we are that example. We are the example. You know, I say this, man, is that if we don't pour into them, the streets will.
Trying to keep mine away from all that.
Yes, sir.
I'd rather have them playing on this Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Let them play Fortnite. Let them do all that. They right here in my house. I can keep a good eye on them. I can monitor all that they getting fed. I can monitor all the YouTube interactions that they got going on, and now all this online stuff. If nowadays 90% of kids are glued to a screen,
Right.
some kind of screen. You just got to be responsible for what you allowing them to see, hear, feed into, play with. You know what I'm saying? That's our job. And it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard because it take away from what you want to do. Hey, yeah, I want to go fishing, or I want to go out and do this, or you know what I'm saying, or me and baby got something planned, we got dinner night, or you know, whatever the case may be. Everybody got their own situations and their own things. And I know because I got a lot of them going on, you know what I'm saying, all at one time. My family motto is it's always something.
Right.
So, you know, it's always something going on, man. It's always something either in the way or having to be taken care of. And, you know what I'm saying, you got to lay down what you had planned or what you wanted to do for yourself. Now you got to, you know what I'm saying, commit to somebody who got a brighter future. You know what I'm saying? I'm investing my time in them because, like I already told you, I already used my time. So I messed up.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure they don't make the same mistakes I made, because the mistakes I made cost me a lot more than I was willing to pay.
Man. Wow. Bro, Powell, look here.
How you doing?
What's going on, man? Look here. Welcome to the table, baby. Look here.
Appreciate the invite.
You came in late, but I hope you brought a dish, okay? Because this here's the table, and we eat here. So I hope you brought a dish. So tell the folks who you is, bro.
All right, man. My name is Jemiah Powell, man. 34 years old. Got a 10-year-old son named Caleb. And I also am a father figure to his older sister for the last 15 years. Wow. And came here because I attend Joshua's fatherhood program 1 week from graduating from that, and decided to take that class just to put some tools in my tool belt to help raise my son.
Man, hey, that's excellent, man. That's what this thing, man. I don't know if you heard earlier or you just got on. Oh man, I did this show. I did this show tonight to dedicate to the Pelchin, to dedicate to dads. I know, I guess I should have waited because I guess that Father Day, Daddy Day coming up here pretty soon. But guess what? I just jumped the gun because I can. So I can celebrate daddies right now. But man, that's what this is about. If you don't know, this is an open forum. This is a chance for you, for everybody that's on here, to be able to express whatever you want to express. Because you know what? I think it's important. So guess what? I took the time and I'm gonna put it on right now. So anything you want to say, you can.
All right, sure. What's the topic for tonight, man? What we talking about?
It's open. It's y'all show. I'm just sitting here.
Man, my biggest thing right now, man, I would love to hear what everybody got to think about fatherhood rights, man, when it comes to the court systems and visitation. And actually, child support don't even bother me. I mean, I feel like that's something that everybody should pay, regardless of if you go pay it out your own pocket or they go take it out your check. Regardless, it has to be paid, right? But that visitation thing, man, that bothers me because since I've been separated from my son's mother, I recently remarried about a year now, and that visitation thing bothers, man, because I don't see how the government can say it's okay for a father to only see his child every other weekend. When you add those days up, that's 4 days out of the month, and you add that up, you roughly get about a month a year with your child. And I have no idea how that seems, how they even can fathom that that's enough time to put in quality time with your child whatsoever.
Yeah,
Now they don't have no limit on how much they pull out your check. They definitely put a limit on how much time that you spend with them.
Right.
And that's another reason why now I want to be an advocate for fathers. Joshua has lit this fuse in me that I already had. So now I definitely want to be on forums and be on podcasts and go talk to other fathers and stuff and go out and protest whatever we need to do to change the laws, man.
I totally agree with that, man. And when you say that, that is one of those things. You know, it's my twisted way of thinking. It's just mine. Is that everything is geared towards the ones that don't want to.
Yep.
Everything is geared toward. Let me make it like this, because we had 2 over here that didn't want to, but you got 100 over here that's willing to just whatever it takes. But now we ain't gonna worry about that 100. This is what them 2 over here that didn't want to. So we gonna get all the laws and all the things towards them. You know, that right there. I personally say it took 2. If a mother wants to be there, you let her. If a daddy want to be there, why does he have to jump through the hoops?
Yep.
Why should a father have to jump through the hoops? You know, I ain't talking about the ones that's running and don't want to do that. Hey, you know what? For them, that's their choice. That's their choice. I'm talking about the ones that's standing up and being there and walking the walk and want to be there for their kids and want to do all the things. I ain't talking about them that want to be a drop-in. I'm talking about the ones that want to be fathers and be a part of their children's lives. And the system is set up to almost like run you off.
Yep.
I'm gonna make you show me you want to be a daddy. What?
And then the point is, man, that you have to. You get to a point where you feel like you can't fight the system, so you become complacent with the guidelines that the box that they set you in.
Right.
And then I grew up in what I considered a weekend daddy, and that was something I prided myself that I never was. But since I've become remarried, now I'm a weekend daddy because of what I feel to be some lingering feelings and stuff like that from that past relationship. But I do the best I can, man. We got video chat and stuff. Technology made it a lot better, so I can video call them every day and stuff like that. But don't nothing replace that time, man.
Right.
Don't nothing replace. Ain't nothing like that physical time.
Man, you know, and that's most important. I think that I know for sure that kids really appreciate it, really appreciate being there, really appreciate that dad being there and spending that time. You know, and there are so many. The thing is, and I keep hammering this, there are so many that want it, but are having to face these things that you have to fight to do it. That is the most insane thing in the world. You know, want to, will do anything, will willing to sacrifice anything, but nope, you're going to have to fight to do this. You know,
right. With no reason though, like if the mother wants to take the dad, like he could be a good dad, but she just like, hey, I want to get some steady payments come in here, and the judge or the lawyer throw in, well, here's your allowed visitation. If their mother won't give you anything outside of what those court documents say, you're stuck there. You have done nothing wrong. She just wanted some regular payments, but that also now restricts how often you can see your child. And one thing that, like, that weekend daddy stuff, man, it bothered me as a child because, okay, you get to pick your kid up on Friday and drop them off on Sunday. Well, you got to go to work on Friday. They got to go to school. So you really getting half a day on Friday. You got to have them back on Sunday by a certain time so they can go to school on Monday. You can go to work. So you get half a day on Sunday. So you really get like 48 hours. You're going to sleep 16 hours out of that time. A dad has to take those minimum hours and spread that across spending time with his child, but also making sure grandma and grandpa, aunties and cousins see him. So you have to split your less than 2 days with the rest of your family. You really don't get that time. When you break the time down, you get less than 24 hours with your child every weekend.
Right. Right.
And I don't see how, how anybody can just say, well, that's the law. Yeah, I don't understand. And then another thing too that's crazy to me is that if you have joint custody of your child, we have joint custody, but you get them more than I do.
Right. Right.
You get final say so. If we want to talk about what doctor he goes to or what school he goes to, yeah, we can talk about it, but final say so goes to the custodial parent. What's the point of having joint custody? What's the
Right.
point of having joint anything? So you give me every other weekend, certain holidays, and 1 month out of the summer. And according to my paperwork, I have to give written notice that I'm going to get him for the month that I want him in during the summer. Now, granted, his mother is not that strict that she sticks to the paperwork. But if I ask for like, hey, can I get him, Wednesday through Saturday for a change, give him 3 or 4 days, give me a chance to help him with his schoolwork, help him with a project. Answer's no.
Hmm. Wow. Wow. And what's crazy is for me, I think that when it gets to a situation where you think outside of me, her, but what's best for the child? What is best for the child? I get so fed up with people putting their feelings in it and removing the children from it. Because that's what this is all about. It ain't about because I don't like you right now. It ain't that ain't it. It ain't because, well, you know what? Right now, today, I'm mad at you. So guess what I'm gonna do since I'm mad at you? But we forgetting who we hurt. We forgetting who we're damaging, and it's the children. And that's the saddest part. And the thing is that the system goes along with it. Unfortunately, the system goes along with it because what you said, nobody wants to continue. I mean, even if you want to continue, it's like that thing. I'm gonna beat you down until you decide to give up.
Yep.
I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna send you to court, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna postpone it, and I'm gonna do this. Eventually, what? Who gonna win? It's like you become too tired to fight.
And then you try to make a stand, say, "Well, I'm goalkeeper." Now you can get arrested.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna stop paying child support. You going to jail?
Right.
So it's like, okay, you want to fight? Do it the fight way. Do it in the courts. But how long has this been going on? Like the perception of what a father is once he enter in the court system, it's unchanged. No matter how, just like you said, no matter how good you are, how much you want to be there, you have to conform to the rules that they set you in because it's law. Well, it's long overdue for those times to be reviewed because the mother might not be the best place for where the child needs to be. Maybe a good mother, but that may not be what's best.
Right.
She might be 40% what's best, and dad might be what's 60. But because she's mom, she gets benefit of the doubt. She can make multiple bad choices, and hey, that's mom.
That's only in this state, though.
Yeah, definitely, man. You make one mistake, oh, it's a wrap. Mom makes a mistake, no, she needs help. I actually had a friend that he was like, hey, the mom can't take care of a son. I'm paying child support, but he's wearing too little clothes. The house she stays in is not suitable for a child and all this. The judge actually said, 100% agree with you. We're going to increase your child support so she has more financial help.
Wow.
Like I said, that's in certain states, because certain states are daddy states, certain states are mama states.
Yeah.
Like whoever the courts are deciding with, or whatever legislate they got in that state, usually dictates who or what happens in the court and who gets the child. I have a friend, he's been taking care of his daughter for the past 9 years. He lives in Illinois. Illinois is a daddy state. They favor the dad to keep the kids more than the mom. In Texas, where I'm at, they favor the mother to keep the children over the father. Like you said, we get placed in that box. Now, I don't know if you know or not, or how long ago you remember, but food stamps used to be for married couples only.
Yeah.
Now, food stamps are for single mothers only.
Oh, wow.
It's like they're encouraging the independence from the woman. They want them to be single. So we get put into this loop, and we don't even pay attention because we think we don't have a voice. But they run all over us, and they put these small little changes that eventually over a course of time end up to become a big change, and we don't pay no attention to it until it's too late and we're paying for it.
Right.
Yep.
So, you know, we gotta take, like you said, our rights. Our rights are, we gotta show up to the community center talks, to the gatherings that the councils have, that these people in high seats, that they want to hear our voice, and we don't even go to show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I seen one the other day. I got an email from my state councilman wanting me to show up to a meeting, but it's like, you know, you doing this on a Tuesday or something, and it's not a very exact good time for me to go. You know, I can't just stop everything I'm doing. I got stuff I gotta do too. We could have planned this for a weekend. Y'all could have done it to where more people were gonna be able to sit in on it. But I don't know how them things run, and maybe someday I might have to just go ahead and take one of them days off and go to one of them things. But you know, we gotta make our voice heard, and if not, nothing ain't never gonna change. We gotta make that change. But like I said, this system, the way it is right now, it is messed up though. Cause man, I've been caught in it too.
I actually like that you brought up about the food stamps and stuff. Makes me remember a friend of mine years ago. So he decided that, you know, him and his girl was together, and she tried to take the child and move out of state without him knowing. Tried to pick him up from daycare and leave, but what she didn't count on was that he's the one that signed him up for daycare and put her on as like an authorized person that can pick up the child, right? So when he knew that he felt that was going on, he called the daycare and removed her name. A couple hours later, he gets a phone call saying, "Hey, she's trying to pick him up. We're not going to release him." Okay, so he ended up keeping the child for several months. Now, the mother did not see the child during those several months. Okay, no phone calls, no text, no anything. But at the time, they were on WIC, you know, get the free milk and food and stuff like that. She took all the cans. She basically cashed in and went and got all the cans of milk so he wouldn't be able to use it to make things harder on him. Right. And when he tried to go and prove, hey, I got custody of the child right now while we go through court and stuff, they was like, nope, she has the milk, she got it, there's nothing we can do about it. But the whole set of that program is for it to be for the child, not for the mother.
Right.
And that women, I mean, WIC is what, women and children or something like that. Where's the one for single fathers that needs that type of aid? So I end up helping him find this charity that people donate. You know, when hey, my child's transition out of formula, I got a few cans left. They donated it, and he had to go up there and fill out all his paperwork and get it through a charity. But what's the government assistance for the single fathers? No,
yeah, that's
so
the part that's the part I think is being slowly taken away. You know, and they're leaning more on that, you know, let's make single moms more independent and doing things whatever way they're doing it now. I'm not a politician, I don't know them, but you know, it's pretty messed up right now the way they got it.
Yeah.
You know, that's so true, man. You know, there's so much that, you know, I wish, and this is just one of the things that I'm so happy about the summit. So many things and fathers and dads joining together to be able to voice these things, you know, and that's why I'm so happy that you guys came here to be able to voice these things, to get them out there, to get the concerns out there. Man, again, there are fathers, there are daddies out here that want to, that are trying to, that are busting their butts to be the best that they can be, to be the best example, to be the best daddies, to be the best leaders that they can. You know, and I think it's time that the world, everybody recognize that. You know, it is not just this thing, it's only mom. I ain't never knocking mom. You know, a mama is a mama is a mama is a mama. I got one, had one. You know, we all came from one. But the simple fact is, without daddy, we wouldn't be here neither.
Yeah.
Without daddy, we wouldn't be here. You know, because daddy planted the seed. I don't care what you say. Daddy planted the seed. Mm-hmm. You know, mama just harvest that thing. Oh, you know, and when we understand that is that it's both of them, and both of them hold that role. You know, there's some things that, you know, I jump on a little bit about a whole bunch of things. You know what, you can You know, on the flip side of that, if a woman wants to go out and say, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to have this baby," Dad ain't got no say. But if she decides to have a baby, but now I'm gonna put you on child support, guess what? He ain't got no say about that neither. You know, can we even this thing out? You know,
Yeah.
can we even this thing out? You know, we want to be able to have as much as the mothers do. I'm just talking about the ones that want to be there. Again, I'm talking about the ones that want to. I ain't talking about forcing no Johnny down the street to do something he don't want to do. I'm talking about the one that want to be there, that want to be a part, that want to spend the time. And you're right. You know, why can't it be? Guess what? Y'all work this thing out, or the courts work it out. You know what? Well, it's not good for the child. Well, guess what? If we living in the same household, and mama got a daytime job and daddy got a nighttime job, we works it out.
Yep.
So just because now we in two separate, oh no, this ain't go that way. That's the thing. It has to be equal footing. And every father's voice should be heard. I believe that. Every father's voice should be heard. His opinion should be valid and validated, because guess what? A father loves a child just as much as a mother.
Yep. And definitely, like, man, the way, like in the court system, if you feel as though that father, you know, is deserving of every other weekend, or if it's bad situations with abuse or violence and he has anger issues, so you got to have supervised visits or something, there should be courses, classes, something that to rehabilitate, to say, hey, you know, you get here and pass this, then you get, you know, have visitation or something like that. We'll get you more than just your every other weekend. Or okay, I can understand when they're infants every other weekend and mom needs that serious time when they're little. But when they reach a certain age, okay, then dad should get a little bit more visitation in there, just automatic out the rip for that. Society has even grasped on to this notion that dad shouldn't get as much as moms. I've had several friends tell me, like, hey man, you know, when I went into the delivery room, when they bring out the little birth certificate, mom gets to put her fingerprints on the birth certificate or the little certificate of birth, and dad, there's not even a place for it. And it made me think. I went back and looked at the one that I had when my son was born. There was feet. They put his little feet prints on there. They put her thumb prints, but there was no section for the father. And I didn't even notice that I had to just put mine on there just in a random place. Take holidays, man. Mother's Day, huge production. You just huge, all of Macy's Mother's Day sale and all this stuff. Father's Day sale, maybe for a car, maybe some tools. Mother, you know, that gift for mother is flowers. Everybody know flower prices go up, candy prices go up, restaurants are packed for Mother's Day. Father's Day, barbecue in the backyard. And it ain't just for that daddy. It's not just for that daddy. It's for almost every dad in the family. We'll give y'all one barbecue for all y'all. But Mother's Day, we're going to spread this out. Every single body get to go to their own restaurant. Every mother gets a bouquet of flowers or something. Everybody gets Mother Day cards and post on Facebook. And that's it, man. That's it. And speaking of that, since you say we can speak our minds, man, I am so not looking forward to Father's Day. I will not be getting on social media. I hate to see the mother says Happy Father's Day to me. If you're a single mother, you're a single mother. But best believe God has put some man in that child's life to fill that role. A grandpa, an uncle, a pastor, a basketball coach. Somebody has filled that role, man, in some way, form, or fashion. It is impossible for a mother to be mama and daddy.
Right.
And I hate to hear people say that, because when women say that, it almost like it's a burden on them to do those two things. Like, I'm mama and daddy. You know how hard I had to work? You wouldn't have worked that hard if there was a father figure, or you would allow that father to do what he was there to do. So you got to step back and look in the mirror and say, why am I having to play both roles? Was there nobody in the family that can be that role for my child? Teach my daughter what a good man is. Teach my son how to be a strong man. Where was that father figure role?
Right.
And you gotta look in the mirror on that, place some of that blame on yourself as a mother, because you chose to do that by yourself. That single mother status is like a badge of honor now. When I feel like it should be.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not a badge of honor. My mom raised me 100%. You know, she was there. She was single mom, but my dad was there, just not in the capacity that I wish he would have been.
Right.
But he was there. I had my grandfather, and when she saw me going off the deep end, she put me in Willow Avenue Baptist Church Boys Rites of Passage program, a program full of strong men for me to try to emulate off of. So there's always somebody there for that child to look up to. And still then, you're not a single mother.
Well, you know,
if you're getting child support from your dad, you're not a single mother because you're not doing it by yourself. You're getting some financial, if anything else.
Right. And you know, I'm gonna say this, man. And I don't knock mothers, but I will tell any mother this: you can never be a dad. I don't care whatever you say. There are things that a father pours in. I don't care how good it's not that you ain't good, but there are things that only a father can pour into a child. Bottom line, there's things that only a mother can pour in, that a dad could never pour into that child. You know, and when we understand that you can step up to a certain point, but you can never fulfill that role. A man can never fulfill the role of being a mother, and a mother can never fulfill the role of being a father. Can't happen. You know, that don't make it bad. That don't make it bad for what you do. But you know what? If you don't know anything else in life, learn one thing, and that's your limitation. So women, you can never be a daddy. That's your limitation.
We get bits and pieces. I'll tell you right now, I'm not as nurturing as my son's mother, and she can't shape that shape his mind and get him prepared for those lessons that only a black man or only a male father can prepare them for us. She hasn't. A mother wasn't raised or lived her life as a man, so she can't know what that feels like and prepare him for the things that he's gonna go through in life. And you're trying to prevent those things from happening. Yeah, your mother can treat him how she thinks a man should be, her version of what a man should be, but only that father or that male figure can actually teach him based on real life experiences. So I always tell my son, you know, hey, I'm going to give you all the tools in the world that I possibly can, and I'm going to teach you how to use them. But it's up to you to pick up the tool and build your life with them. I can't do that for you. Daddy can't do that for you. Okay? You drop the tool, you use the tool wrong, I can be there to correct it, but you have to do something with the knowledge that I gave you. And it's certain things that you go through, man, from psychological to religious to what's going to be in your professional life. It's going to how you deal with women, your body. You know, it's certain things we go through as men. Like, hey, man, hair starting to grow in places it's not growing in. All right, let daddy come talk to you about it. That might be an awkward conversation with mom. You know, so it's a reason why there's a man and a woman.
Right.
You're gonna learn from both.
Exactly.
And it's just that. It's things that she can teach him that I can't. There are things that he's gonna love more about her than he does about me. Mom's more nurturing. Dad's more this. Dad's more fun. Dad's more strict. Dad more sees the plane. Dad gives me more vision. Dad gives me more life lessons that I can only learn because he's lived them. Right. So it's a give and take, man. There's plenty of things that I'm gonna thumbs mom up on all day long because mom's gonna be there, rain, sleet, or snow, sickness and stuff. She's gonna be right there pushing herself through it. But dad's there to take that load off when you need him to. Right. When you deny him access to the child, you can't complain of being tired, overworked. When the child starts to act up and you feel like I've done my best, where is this coming from? Dad could have caught the things that you didn't see. Especially when you have multiple children and you have multiple children and everybody need a little bit of mom's attention. And hey, that's where you have to spread the wealth out. You work on child A, they having an issue over here in school. I'm gonna work on child B, they having issues with their friend. We come together, we talk about it. Hey, you got to pick that who's going to be most suitable for the situation. You try to do that by yourself, you creating chaos in your own life and messing up your own mental health. and now you're stressed out and tired, you feel alone, then you're gonna blame dad because you're doing it alone, but you're not allowing dad to be there. And it is not all on the moms. The court is not, you can't be there because the courts is not allowing you to be there.
Right. That's so true, man. That is so on point. That is so on point. And like I said, man, these conversations, these open conversations, this dialogue needs to be had more. It needs to be heard more. You know what I should do. You know, I snap myself because I should do more of these forums to be able to have this and to show this and to show the world. You know, even on myself right here, you know, I get on here and chip chap about myself and the things that I've gone through, you know, but what I enjoy right now is the same thing and the same thing I got from DePelton. It's being able to be around other brothers, my brothers, to be able to have these discussions. Because guess what? The things you're talking about, I know something about. You know, JR knows something about. You know, that's the thing. Is like okay. You know, we ain't out here on this island by ourselves. Oh, wait a minute. This thing is universal. Hold up. You know, and at that point, you build like, okay, that's when the ball gets bigger. So what can we do now? How can we go about changing these things? How can we go about bringing attention to these things? You know what? Hey, if this little country boy start right here doing it, you know what? I'm going to raise my hand up and I'm going to start doing it. We can do it together. You know what? When we join all together and start doing this thing and bringing attention and letting people know, hey, this is real. This is what's really going on. It changes. It changes. It may not change overnight, but guess what, boy? You keep on picking at that thing, somebody going to hear you.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you a backlash about that. I'm gonna tell you a backlash about what you said is how, you know, we got these courts interfering about how much we can do that too, but on the low, they just giving that power to them. And when a woman has that power over the man, they tend to use it a lot more than they supposed to.
Yeah. Yep.
You give somebody an inch, they will eventually take a mile. And when it becomes the norm, it doesn't. They might even. I mean, mentally, they might not even think that they're doing something wrong. They think, I got this power, I'm allowed to use it, so why not?
Right. Exactly.
But it's to their advantage.
And they're being enabled to use it.
Right.
Yes. Encouraged to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to tell me that, hey, the court say you can only get them every other weekend. In your mind, you're going to say, yeah, because if you get him more than this, my child's going to be lesser for it.
Because, see, I've had that problem before me and my wife had separation issues, you know, and we've had child support. I'm still on child support right now, and I live with my old lady. But that goes,
that too, man.
That goes now, we done got an understanding of how to do that there. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, we're going to use that money to pay for the rent and the money that we got and pay for bills, and we're going to come together at the end of the month and save whatever's left. You know, teamwork make the dream work. You're talking about teamwork. We got to get together on this, because if not, it's too much of a burden, like you said, to carry all at once. And you're not allowing me to do my job. You're not allowing me to help you, and then you want to complain that nobody helping you. But you not allowing me to help you, so what you complaining for? Like, it's damned if you do and you're damned if you don't type thing. And it's a two-edged sword all at the same time. So
something. Well, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, so when they get to that point, you know, to where they get the child support, they got the power, and then you only limited to the 2 weekends, then they get frustrated because they bent up on all the stress that them piled up over the 2 weeks before they could get them again. Now you got to deal with all the backlash of, oh, well, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to put you in jail, or you don't help, and I'm a single mom. That's where we get all the backlash from, is because that's too much power to give one person. You actually allowing someone the power to take away somebody else's freedom for no reason. And that's happened to me before as well. So it's like, I'm not saying nobody deserves it, but that type of power that anybody gets like that, it's not going to be handled right. It's not. That's too much of a no barriers for someone that needs barriers, because we all need structure. I need structure. I got to have an alarm in the morning to get me up. You know what I'm saying? And I already know from all my years of being a kid and my mama and daddy telling me over and over, hey, brush your teeth, take a bath, take the trash out. I already got into a routine of what to do. Like you said, that's that both roles. You get so much from mama, you get so much from daddy. You can only learn stuff from dad. You ain't going to learn from mama. And mama can teach you things that daddy don't even know. So it's a hand-in-hand thing. And man, it's just about this teamwork, man. People don't understand that we accountable for our own wrongs, but a lot of people don't like to point the finger at themselves. If I'm wrong, my sons know, hey, I'm going to apologize to you. If I'm wrong, I tell you something wrong, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, hey, I'm sorry, I was wrong. But on the same note, a lot of people not going to do that. So I'm trying to teach that and instill that into them now, because that has to deal with accepting a consequence. That has to go with accepting a loss in a video game, in a basketball game, in real life. You know what I'm saying? We got to take losses and not let it affect us emotionally, because that's what the woman is for. See, a man is a logical person in the relationship, and the female is the emotional person in the relationship. You put both of them together, you get a pretty decent human being. But one outweighing the other one, tipping the scales, you end up with a lot of problems. You get a lot of confusion. You get a lot of distrust, and then leaning one way. Oh, well, mama said that you got a girlfriend, that's why you don't come over, da-da-da-da. You know, and we don't even get our chance to tell our side of the story enough, because we only limited to them 4 days a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even prove it.
Man, you hit something right on the head, man. You open up a whole nother chapter. Telling kids too much. Telling kids too much, man. Back in the day, they say stay in a child's place. But now, to get that leg up on daddy, mother will start to say things about daddy that child has no business knowing.
Right.
No, your child should not know why y'all broke up. Not the details. It should be a simple, didn't work out. We realized we were not one for each other, and we let each other go to pursue the person we were supposed to be with. Not, daddy was staying all night drinking and smoking cocaine and messing with women. Daddy got a whole nother family, and his girlfriend don't want like you, so she don't. That is crazy. Like, kids hear that stuff. It's not one thing.
Use the excuse. Then they use the excuse. Oh, they deserve to know. They deserve to know. No, they don't. They deserve to not know.
That's what they deserve.
For real.
Because a child's mind is impressionable at that age, so you can grow up thinking like, that's how mommy was. Mommy didn't want me. Mommy didn't want to see me. Daddy didn't want me. Daddy didn't want to see me. Daddy was too busy out in the streets to worry about me. Could be true, could be not. But give that child and that father the ability that one day in the future they can have that relationship.
Yes. That right there, man, that is a major thing. That's one of my things. I haven't experienced it, but just knowing people who have, you know, the things that does to a child, the things that does, what you're filtering in. That's that thing, man. If just cause me and you didn't make it, just cause you don't like me, for about 2 minutes you like me, okay?
For real.
So look here. What I'm saying is removing ourselves and our feelings for what we thinking, and focus on what's important. And sometimes people just don't get that. You know, they just don't get it. They be just so bent on hatred, anger, whatever you want to call it, that they will destroy anything within their way just to get to you, even their own. And that is so sad. That is so sad. And then 10, 15 years down the road, you wondering why they act like that.
And then when it get too bad, when they get to that point, oh, you 16, you out here, my child, may say, oh, you're 16, you're out there skipping school and you're having sex and you're hanging with the wrong crowd, and you say, I'm gonna send you to your daddy. No, I'm not the police, you know. I've had to do that myself. I'd say, hey, stop calling me for the discipline only.
Right.
Don't call me for discipline only. It's happening in your house. You deal with it. Make them respect you. Over here, we don't have those problems. I will
real.
reinforce and support you from here, but do not send the whip my way.
Right. I'm gonna make
Okay,
you
I will
think.
crack the whip when I see it's necessary. But
I'm
I'm not old school.
You
Going
finna
there
be
and
the
see your
warden.
daddy so you can get this whooping. I ain't the warden. There you go. I ain't the warden. I'm the prison doctor. I'm trying to reshape your mind and get you rehabilitated, get your degree so you can get up out of here.
Right.
Real.
I'm not trying to make a carbon copy of myself. Okay, I'm trying to make something better.
For real.
Okay, I'm trying to give you a little bit more than what I had,
Yes,
so it trickle out
Shit, a
through
lot more.
generations. Hey man, if a lot more is the goal, but if I feel like you grew up and you became this much better of a man than I was, I'm all right with that. You go and exceed my expectations, chest pumped out all day long.
For real.
Man, most definitely. I'm gonna say something real quick, and I don't know if she's still there. Leah, I didn't know who you was because I got nervous. I was like, wait a minute, woo! Look, I ain't get no warning. I ain't get no warning. So if you still got your ears on, pop on back up in here, and you're more than welcome. But man, what you're saying is so true. You know, I don't think at a certain point we look at ourselves and we go like, you know what? I know I did this. I know I did this. Okay, I see this one right here. Let me go a different direction. Let me pull in something different. You know, I know what I didn't get. I know what I didn't get and what I missed out and what I wished I'd had. Guess what? Let me be to mine what I wish I would have got. Let me be that. Let me be. See, that's what people always talk about what you didn't get, and I ain't getting nobody love me. I ain't getting nobody listen to me. Now you turn around and you doing the same thing. Well, why don't you do and be what you didn't get? If you didn't get that support, be that support. If you didn't get that love, be that love. Be them things, because you know how you felt when you didn't get it. I felt when I didn't get it.
Yep. Yeah, going through this class at the Pelcher, man, it made me it challenged you. It makes you think about how things were with you growing up, man. I had some stuff locked up in here. I didn't even think that bothered me until it came out, and I'm like, maybe that's the way I am. Maybe that's the way I do them like that. That's why I hate being a weekend father, because I didn't like it when I was a child. You know what I'm saying? It was certain ways I saw women being treated that I didn't like that. So now, more mature, definitely want to do that differently. My first marriage didn't work out. Learned a lot of lessons. This one's going a heck of a lot better. That's going to benefit him more. So all I'm trying to do is like things that I know that bother me, just in case it might bother my children. I try to make sure that don't happen best I can. Right. And you learn as you go.
Right. That's what this thing is, man. This thing called life is learning. I mean, that's what it is. Every day. You ain't none of us gonna get that thing figured out until we're in the ground. Okay,
that's it.
You done learned all you can right there. But up until then, every day, it's a learning experience. And when we can take that and we can just learn. We can take it and we can, I call it, let's be a sponge. What you mean, country boy? Suck up everything and squeeze out the excess.
I'm 34 years old, man. My mama still teach me stuff. Still teach me stuff about being a parent and being a man. Still.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is, man. We have to be open and willing to want to learn, and we have to be open and willing to want to change and to break these cycles.
Hey,
go ahead.
Speaking of learning, I just wanted to get this little piece of story I had. And the reason I'm saying this, because we talk about it, something I highlighted in the class that, we can always learn from other people, no matter whatever, any aspect of that. You can learn from anybody, period. To the point to where I was about early 30s, 31, 32, and I learned something from my 7-year-old daughter. Stopped me dead in my tracks, because I had to stop and be like, since you think you know it all, what's it for? And I had the pans in the drawer at the bottom of the stove. So my daughter telling me, she's like, Daddy, that's not what that's for, right? So I shut up, for once in my life, I shut up. And I said, okay, what's it for? She said, Daddy, that's to keep the food warm after you're done cooking it. And I just had to reflect and be like, all my years of learning food and cooking and all cleaning and washing dishes, I ain't never really knew what that bottom drawer of the stove was for. You know what I'm saying? And my 7-year-old child, no pay, no mind or nothing, ain't worried about